Jealous. Fuck!
4, 3, 3.
What? Who the fuck is this?
The quicker you're here, the faster you go. That's why where I come from, the only thing we know is
Alright, you guys. What is up? Welcome back to the 6th and final look at the 40-yard dashes in the 2019 NFL Scouting Combine. One of my favourite things to watch, and I didn't even know it until about 7 months ago, or 9 months ago, when I first saw the 2018 Combine, and I was gutted that I wasn't there for when it actually happened, so I could follow the players, follow their path to the draft, and so on and so forth. Because, you know, when you really do like football, you love all this shit, and I love football, I really do. I love rugby, I love football, I love all sports, but football's definitely taking the cake right now. And with that being said, we are watching wide receivers, so I thought I'd bust out my Edelman jersey. Edelman's definitely one of my favourite wide receivers in the league for multiple reasons. And, you know, with that being said, I'm not going to talk too much more. We've got the wide receivers run the 40-yard dash. And it's 16 minutes long. So you know what? I'm not going to pause it one bit. We're going to get through this. Wide receivers. These guys are probably going to be the fastest, right? There was one guy in the running backs who ran a 4.37, although I played it back and I do believe it was probably a little bit slower. I think the hand time was slightly late. A 4.37 is just ridiculously fast. So I'm thinking possibly maybe 2 or 3 of these guys are going to get under 4.4. And you know, I just want to see it. I just want to see it in person. Let's do it.
Definitely know the Chargers.
No, it was a fun experience getting all their games this year.
4.47 for Boykin.
That translates.
Easy. 4.47. I mean, how tall is that guy? He looks about 6'6". Let me have a look. I said I wasn't going to stop it, didn't I? I'll stop it once. Miles Boykin. I want to see how tall he is. 6'6". I wouldn't be surprised at all. What do we got here? Miles Boykins from Notre Dame is 6'4", 220 pounds. Well, there you go.
The vertical.
Oh, I'd hate to see his vertical. That would be insane.
4.57.
That's
4.57.
That's good enough.
Peter shirt.
But then you'll see some drops mixed in. I wanted to see how much juice he had.
1,318.
Nice. Man, anything under 4.5 and you're fucking happy, aren't you?
Yards receiving.
Let's be honest.
He is somebody just get the ball and let him go.
Oh, this is a 4.4 something.
He's rolling.
Yeah, oh, shit.
That is
That's pretty fast.
Whoa.
the fastest we've had yet.
See, he's got some track background as well.
Out the gate.
Excellent slot.
The one thing I did notice about his feet placement when he came out of the line was that they were quite wide. And as he got up, as he sort of got towards the 10-yard line, his feet came in. And then he was up and down. So that's interesting.
As well, though.
And Steve, they use him. They give him a lot of those shovels and reverses and fly sweeps. Just get the ball in his hands.
Get the ball in his hands, man, for sure. Ain't that an understatement?
Explosive and impactful as well.
Another Ohio State player.
He's a strider here in Custis.
Paul Custis of Syracuse.
Good time for him.
4.57.
Johnny Dixon is
Let's go, Dixon!
special teams player. Tough, plays inside.
Whoa, he's
Man,
fast.
they can all run at Ohio State. 4.41.
We don't really hear about those guys.
Head down, that's the way.
He played his home games at the Hall of Fame Stadium. You watch him on tape.
Man, one thing about all these receivers and running backs, they've all got fucking amazing bodies, don't they? I mean, let's be honest.
Myself, so 195.
Either shredded
Darn good looking.
or just built.
That's what Angie says as well.
Or a mixture of both.
Actually, a little bit surprised. I thought he might run a little bit faster than that.
He will.
Wide receiver. 6'4", 227 pounds.
Fucking big wide receiver. Imagine trying to mark him.
Jazz.
Big
At
Jazz.
least he has something Jazz to.
What a name. That's a cool name, man. Jazz.
4.58.
Right in the range of the guys we were talking about a little bit earlier. He had a great week at the East-West Shrine game, culminating in a big-time game as a slot receiver.
4.6 flat.
Woo! 4.6.
Vertical 43.5.
Oh, he can fly. You wait to see this number. There you go.
4.4 flat.
And he didn't even have a good start.
You see it on tape. I mean,
Shit.
Drew Lock. Been stumbled a little bit.
Still made it up.
Holy moly, man! And he stumbled. Wow. Okay. In the previous video, I talked about the tight ends running the 40-yard dash, okay? And you look at them and they don't look like they're going fast because they're so tall and their stride length is so big, and they make it to the end line and it's like a 4.7 or a 4.6 and you're like, fuck, I thought that was going to be a 5. This guy, you just can't look past the speed of his legs. It doesn't matter how big his stride is. His stride could be a foot long and he's still going to get a fast time because that freaking speed of his hands and his legs is just intense. He had a stumble and he still got a 4.36. A tiny stumble, not much of one.
Pulled a little bit.
Still made it up.
He did.
Wow, man, it looks effortless, doesn't it?
You can see those strides.
Yeah.
I don't even think he got to open it up a little bit. He was short-legging it. He got a little right limb. He got a little limb on his right side, so he could.
Hey!
Good call, Charles, on that.
How good would it feel to have just ran a 4.3 something? Really good.
Georgia kids, it's just not a lot to go around. Kelvin Harmon, that was going to be a question with him. Now, teams are split on him. Grades are all over the place.
His field awareness is pretty remarkable what he does.
That is a great time for N'Keal Harry.
Is it? Because I feel like you can get a tiny bit faster.
4.59, and now off he goes.
Strider. Right arm.
7.9.
That's interesting. They were just about to say something with a right arm, and I was too. His left arm he kept bent when he brought it back, but his right arm was straight. That's kind of strange. It's obviously just a style thing.
Off he goes.
Strider. Right arm.
7.9.
He probably doesn't know he does that.
Great.
A.J. Brown.
Did you expect him to get a 4.42? I didn't.
Hannibal missed his second run at it. 4.57 first time, and second time.
Whoa,
A little better now. Okay. Butler.
Go Butler!
That is
4.9 is now at 4.5. Okay, so that's it. That's it.
That's a huge, huge deal.
All right, 4.32 first time. Paris Campbell. Let's see what we got here. Go Paris, go. Run Paris, run. 4.37.
4.37.
Jamal Custis of Syracuse.
Good stride.
Bit heavy footed.
On orange right there. 4.54.
Whoa!
4.51.
There's a split there.
Hey, Rich.
Yes, sir, Steve Smith.
When Paris Campbell ran,
Yes.
I heard a big group of the scouts that are in the end zone. I mean, at the end of the 40,
Yeah.
kind of just go, whoo.
Really? For Paris Campbell, now where was he? Ah, this guy.
Go Paris, go.
No, I don't want...
Run Paris, run.
Oh my-
4.
How did I just turn on the frickin' subtitles?
Go Paris, go. Run Paris, run. 4.
At the end of the 40,
Yeah.
kind of just go, whoo.
Woo! I would have done that.
Well, if you've got a good grade on him, it's a ooh. If you've got a bad grade on him, it's a oh.
They just get gathering down for that.
I was going to say he looks 13.
I remember going through and scouting him and talking to Chris Peterson, and he told anybody
Bit of a
who
stumble.
will be a future coach.
Oh, future is now. Dallas.
It is.
4.59.
Guaranteed, this guy has some amazing hops. Guaranteed. And you know what? We're going to check it out. Wide receiver, Javon Durante. Javon Durante from Florida Athletic. Vertical jump, 31.5 inches. That's not terribly good, but he does have a 12-foot broad jump. 12 foot? 11 foot. 10.5 feet. 120 inches into feet.
120 inches is 10 feet.
10 feet. 10 feet. Okay. Well, that's interesting. It's definitely not as much as I'd thought.
For the first group of wideouts, you've already seen the first group of quarterbacks.
Sorry, how tall was he? 5'11".
Groups will then go
I don't know.
out as Group 5 on the field for the draw.
One thing I do like is this guy's first name.
Bills 446.
Got to be happy with that.
Conference USA receiving yards with 1,083.
A lot of it happens after the catch, breaking tackles.
462. Kind of worked.
Yeah, just a little bit. Huh?
Jerry Cobb.
Shot Tezza.
Yeah, that's
Half a tenth.
Yeah, he's a little quicker than fast. Doesn't have that wow speed, but as a slot receiver, his quickness is what sets him apart. He's going to play early.
Might actually catch a pass from his quarterback.
That'll be the first time.
439.
Well done.
Okay, some 4-4 right there.
It looked real effortless. It looked like he was just cruising.
He's got easy speed.
There goes Hardman.
This guy's got easy speed. What is he through 10? 1.68. 2.68. 3.68.
4.
How does that get to a 4.34?
3-4 is your right. 2 100ths of a second
I
better.
want to watch that whole thing.
It looked like he was just cruising.
He's got easy speed.
There goes Hardman. 4-3-4 is your right. 2 100ths of a second better.
Oh, this must be the college that I called Green Bay on a previous video, but it's not. It's Georgia. There's only one way to find out. Let's look at Hardman. Quick look. Misol Hardman from Georgia. There you go. 17 reps. We got a 4.33 second 40-yard dash, 36.5 inches vertical jump. He's 5'10", only 187 pounds, but he is quick as a motherfucker. Oh, what?
Take a bad run like that any day.
What?
Didn't like the way
That can't be a bad run.
I thought he might blow the whistle on him. He quick started it.
Let him go, and it's a 4.64. Don't forget
Yeah, that was
Rick
definitely less than 3 seconds, right? So they must let some people go and some people not.
McKinnon was one of the
Yeah,
bigger
we
off-season
forget about him.
acquisitions
Yeah.
last year. Were one of the biggest. Well, it worked out,
That's great. I didn't see that one coming.
and the scouts are even more wild about Harry.
I like to see the effort these guys give in the run game. That was something I prided myself on, and I think that tells you a lot about the guys. That's what I get.
4.75. You still got to keep the tradition alive of showing Matt picking off Maria.
Whoa, who's this?
Track star.
UMass
I was surprised.
4.56.
Might be faster than that.
Yeah, fuck yeah, he's faster than that.
He's somebody in high school. That's where it's headed, by the
Shit,
way.
man, I want to see him run again.
Scouting, we're going to start going NPH on here.
.447 for Gary Jennings. We're here all day, every day at the Combine. Pleased to be here covering our 16th Combine, 15th in a more robust manner. Our first
16th
He has
combine
such
in
a
a row.
great feel for late hands.
What absolute legend.
And it's fun to watch him down in the red area.
And that's something
They have seen a generation of talent come through.
you can tell that he works on, but it's also just a gift and one of his little gadgets that he can do in the red zone. And generally, coaches don't teach that.
Polish. It's showing a lot of polish and savvy as a wide out.
B.C. Johnson of Colorado State. 4.55.
A teammate in Preston Williams, who's
Ola
here
BC.
at the combine.
Receptions, 77 yards.
Marcus
The
Lodge.
coaching staff down there at
Ole
Ole Miss
Miss.
felt he was actually their best route runner.
I like that logo. I like that Ole Miss logo.
Buckeye
It's kind of like the Cleveland Indians, isn't it?
played the Senior Bowl, Terry McLaurin.
Goes back to Ohio State a month later, catches that
Gotta love Ohio State.
everything. Urban Meyer
Go Tezza!
scholarship, and that's the beginning of his career at Ohio State.
4-3.
What? That did not look like a 4.36. It wasn't.
Played the Senior Bowl, Terry McLaurin.
Goes back to Ohio State a month later, catches everything. Urban Meyer issues him a scholarship, and that's the beginning of his career at Ohio State.
I don't know about you guys, but that didn't look like 4.36.
4-3-6. Wow. These Buckeyes have come in here and are burning it up.
They are taking
Look at the body on him.
knees.
Jealous. Fuck!
4-3-3.
What? Who the fuck is this?
Now, I'm looking in the stands right now. I saw 2 or 3 scouts look at their stopwatch and show other scouts as if, hey, did you get that? Am I reading this right?
He is back.
Who is this?
I would look into the camera and just say, I'm Batman. I might throw up the deuces.
Holy fuck. Someone mentioned the name Metcalf to me. And I told myself I wouldn't do any research until I came across the guy. And you just can't go past this guy. DK Metcalf from Mississippi, 6'3", 230 pounds, 27 reps of the bench press, 4.33 seconds to the 40-yard dash, 40.5 inches on the vertical jump, 134 inches.
134 inches is approximately
11.2 feet. Right, we're gonna have to have a look at this just quickly. So injuries have hampered his college career. He suffered a season-ending neck injury last year after looking like a superstar in the first 7 games of the season. Can you imagine this guy sprinting with the ball? Just get in the fucking ball. Oh man, I gotta see this.
His time almost matches.
Look at, oh my god, okay, he looks like a pro bodybuilder, okay, and he runs 4.33 seconds. He's got a 40-inch vertical, okay. What the fuck? Thank God you're playing football, mate.
Double his body fat. Wow. Wow. That's so impressive.
Yeah, I'm fanboying right now, I really am.
Dylan Mitchell.
That's a good time.
Of course it's a good time.
Former basketball player, very athletic.
Fuck, he looks like an athlete.
Mindful of the
He looks streamlined, even his face.
Gift department.
I'm just trying to...
Your head's on a swivel here, man. It's great. 4-5-3.
5'3".
Team in receiving a couple of years ago. 4-7 flat.
Seemed like he just didn't get into top gear.
He made the foolish decision of walking on at Clemson. Clearly that did not work out for him.
Deshaun Watson.
Is this guy going to make it into the NFL? He doesn't look like your average NFL wide receiver, does he?
Co-player of the game. And they won
And he walked on at Clemson.
the chance.
His hands are small. He had really small hands at the weigh-in the other day.
Fast. 4-6-1.
Close.
It's something that they said, I just noticed, they said that they measure their hands, which would make sense because I've seen plenty of hand measurements on people's information pages, but what I'm thinking is, what's my hand width? And actually, I'm going to go back, and what's that guy's name? Hunter Renfro. Let's just do something here. What's that guy's? What do we got? I want to see his hand width. He's apparently got small hands. Have I got bigger hands than Hunter Renfro? Oh, they are small. 7. What is it? 7 and 7/8 of an inch. Which, and how do they measure it? The average hand length for a male is around 7.4 inches. Hand span or spread is measured from the tip of the thumb to the tip of the pinky finger with your hand outstretched. It's extremely rare for even an NBA player. It's extremely rare for even an NBA player to have a hand span of 12 inches or wider. And this fella had 7 7/8. So I'm thinking if my hand is more than 8 inches wide, then, well, nothing happens really.
Next minute.
Let's see. I've got a measuring tape. What do you reckon? I'd have to say 9 inches. 9 inches. There you go. That's something I always wanted to know. Not. No, I do actually, after seeing these guys' stats. I can't help it. I can't help but compare my speed, my size, my weight, you know, everything to these guys, because at the end of the day, I feel like with a bit of training I could hold my own at one of these things. I could.
He catches everything.
Anyway, let's keep going.
Small. He had really small hands at the weigh-in the other day.
Riley Ridley.
Or 6'1".
Close.
Interesting name.
He's got a second crack at it. Younger brother of Calvin Ridley. And first round pick to the Falcons last year.
Wise of DJ Moore. You saw last year go to your Blue Panthers.
My spirit animal?
4'5" flat.
That's a good time.
Debo has done a great job. He's hard to tackle.
Looks like it'd be hard to tackle.
I stumbled.
Not a bad way to stumble.
Yeah, that's a good time after a stumble.
But he's got a second one coming, Darius.
He does. Did you see that first step? It was literally not vertical, it was literally horizontal. I want to have a look at that again.
Time after a stumble.
But he's got a second one coming, Darius.
So much power out of this first step, watch it. Whoa. Goes right through.
Way to stumble.
Yeah, that's a good time after a stumble.
But he's got a second one coming, Darius.
Look at that. Look at that, guys. That is beautiful. I love it. What does he get? Come on, mate. 4.5. Woo! 4.4 flat.
He can roll.
Yeah, he can roll.
To the Alabama Area Agency on Aging for every inch of his vertical leap at the combine. His grandfather was diagnosed with dementia his senior year of high school, so we give a shout out to good civic works from Darius, Jalen Smith, 4.48. Nice time.
This is a fast group.
Sure is.
Cody.
Cody Thompson.
Go, Cody.
Toledo.
4.58. Toledo. Never heard of that one. Heard of Holy Toledo.
Paris Campbell's 4.31. His teammates are
Nah. Did you guys see the difference between that first step between the other guy and this guy? Let's have a look.
Take an aim at Paris Campbell's 4.
I mean, it might look the same, but it's just simply not. Where he puts that first foot down is about, I'd say, a foot or even 2 behind where the other guy put his first foot down.
3-1.
Yeah, that was totally the difference. But I want to show you again.
Bad way to start.
Yeah, that's a good time after a
I
stumble.
want to see where this guy's first foot.
Darius.
Yeah, there we go. So that's where he's putting his first foot. His second foot is even more important because this next guy that I'm going to show you, his stride length really shortens after that first step.
Yeah, that's a good time after a stumble.
But he's got a second one coming, Darius.
That's where his second step goes down, okay? So we're talking 2 yards down the field. His second step's in the ground. All right, now let's look at this next guy.
Everyone's taking aim at Paris Campbell's 4.
First foot is down about a foot away from that first line. His second foot is down on the 1 yard line. The other guy, his second foot was down on the 2 yard line. You know what I'm talking about?
His teammates are threatening that, to say the least.
He's got long legs, bro. You need to use them.
Various way. In case you're wondering, that is the South Alabama Jaguar logo on the screen.
You know, power through, you know? Whereas if you like this guy, he's about 5'10", he's got no choice. He doesn't have the long legs to do that with, so it's just out and out you know, out and out quickness and speed with the feet, the arms, everything.
Finishing up the 40-yard dash, first bite at that apple here for the final group of wideouts and quarterbacks.
4:58.
And the second run of UMass's Andy.
This guy I wanted to see. This is going to be interesting. I reckon he's going to get a 4.4.
And the second run of UMass's.
He's definitely getting a 4.4.
Surprised he wasn't a little bit faster. There you go. That's better.
Well done.
Peter Schrager.
Cool note on Andy Isabella. Obviously, all these guys do pre-draft training.
Could be the next McCaffrey there.
His coach, Randy Moss, has been working with Andy Isabella.
I think he's going to trick some people that don't believe that, you know, he played at UMass, but he can play.
4.43.
4.43, that's fucking flying.
Definitely plays faster than the 4.56.
Get there.
DeMarcus Lodge.
4.53. Four six.
Johnson can get better than the 4.55.
He can.
4.52.
Is his ceiling even higher? Just kind of throwing it out there. You know, you're the guy. Just
He's got a funny style, doesn't he?
I don't see him peaking. I don't see him going and getting faster than what he is or bigger and stronger than what he is.
Yeah.
I do think, though, he at some point in time, he's going to have to trade in a barbell for a yoga mat.
Unofficial 4.36 return of Lawrence Kenny Bit.
Who's this? That guy that just ran? Is it because he's real stiff?
you're the guy. Just
Yeah, no, he's not. I don't see him peaking. I don't see him going and getting.
you know, you're the guy. Just
Yeah, no, he's not. I don't see him.
Which one?
is his ceiling even higher? Just kind of throwing it out there. You know, you're the guy. Just
Yeah, no, he's not. I don't see him peaking. I don't see him going and getting faster than what he is or bigger and stronger than what he is.
Yeah.
I do think, though, he at some point in time, he's going to have to trade in a barbell for a yoga mat.
Unofficial 4.36 return of Lawrence Kenny Bit. Best day.
Triggs is talking about the leader he is. He is one of the best special teams players, too. As a gunner, you can imagine. He
A
gets down the
gunner?
field in a hurry.
Just love
Man,
that
who wants to play a gunner? Really?
story where he was good enough but not
Don't waste that on a gunner.
DK Metcalf. There he goes.
4.38.
Is his middle name and
Jacoby Myers, nice.
4.64? Dylan Mitchell, let's check on his second 40. So we see one improved by Jacoby Myers.
This looks half decent.
And
That's what it is.
Spot on.
4.47.
Great to beat, right?
Great time.
4.47, Stanley Morgan Jr.
He could have got a slightly better start.
There's a joke in there somewhere, but it's too late in the day. I can't get it to you.
All right, 4.58. Murray. .464. So
At least-
we've seen some
Man, you can't be a wide receiver running a 4.70, so at least he got faster than that.
improved time, second time around, which is great to see, obviously. Hunter
Come on, Hunter! With the small hands.
4.63. Again, most of the receivers that come out of Clemson are bigger and much more physical, and he is.
Well, Adam Humphries is the one that you can model your game after. Right there you go.
I like those first few steps, man. Really got him off the line fast. Well done.
That'll play.
In fact, you know what? I'm going to measure those against the other ones that we did. So that first foot,
Bigger and much.
we've got one guy who had 2 feet down by the 1 yard mark, and we had another guy who had 2 feet down by the 2 yard mark. Where is this guy's second foot going to go down? I'm thinking between the two.
Humphries is the one that you
First foot's about 1/8 of a yard.
can.
Second foot is on the 2 yard line. That second foot really came through. That's nice. Let's watch it in fast motion.
Bigger and much more physical, and he is.
Well, Adam Humphries is the one that you can model your game after. Right there you go.
Riley Ridley. 4.59.
There we go. That'll play.
Debo Samuel,
Look how thick he is.
4.49.
See, you won't see a guy like Tyreek Hill like really pushing through with those first couple of strides because his legs just aren't long enough. But guys who have long legs, I really like seeing those first couple of steps really stride out and just get them going. First of all, you know, because it's going to take 10, 20 yards for them to get the repetition, you know, speed going at top speed. Those first 20 yards, they're not going to be going as fast as they can. So that's why every step you'd want to be as long as possible. Does that make sense, or am I talking shit?
Yeah, built like a running back.
It goes 4.57 first time, turns into 4.59.
I mean, in saying that, he looked like he got up to top speed within about 5 yards. So I guess, you know, take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt.
Okay.
I'm enjoying myself though.
40-yard dashes. It's great. So I wanted to thank Coach Patricia.
Solid.
Just coming, dropping checks and going out. It's great. 4.42 time for Darius.
Touchdown, but in the slot you'll see a lot of vertical routes from him.
14 reps at 225.
4-5 flat.
Cody Thompson.
He had one of my favorite plays that I studied in the run up to this event. He blocks
Come on.
a punt, and in one motion he swallows the ball as he
Well
blocks
done.
and scores a touchdown.
He can work on a start. He can get that down to a 4-5, I reckon.
Almost like an optical illusion.
Hello. Hey, man. How many Tennessee guys are here at the combine?
Bro, we're not playing Madden, okay?
And there's DJ shoulders heaving as he cracks up. He even set up Reggie Wayne for it. So the Vols not represented here. So Coach Jeremy Pruitt in Tennessee program.
Yeah, he's fun.
He can run it. He can catch it. He runs inside. I like the heck out of him. Other than the fact that
4-4-6. Didn't you? You didn't want to stick around to show that?
inside, I like the
20 yards, 267.
heck out of him. Other than the fact that
446, not bad at all. Okay, so that was my first look at this crazy player called DK Metcalf. Okay, and someone has already recommended that I watch his whole workout, which I'm assuming is gonna be DJ Metcalf's ridiculous Batman level workout. And what have we got? DK Metcalf talks about his ridiculous combine workout. I wanted to do better. Yeah, he sounds exactly like Saquon, man. I want to hear him talk. He's probably going to have a deep as fuck voice. But that's going to have to wait. You have just seen my reactions to the first 6 videos of the NFL Combine. We've looked at the 40-yard dashes from every single position. And, you know, I'm ready to see some workouts. So with that being said, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go and visit my daughter. And I think tomorrow morning, I'm going to come back here, sit down once again, get a coffee, and crack back into it with you guys. I hope you're enjoying. I hope you enjoyed the Combine. If you saw it live, I mean, I would have loved to see it live. I would have had it on the TV all day, just, you know, chilling out, going on my computer, watching it, looking after my daughter, watching it. I mean, that's how I would have done it. How did you do it? Let me know in the comment section below. If you have enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.